Alright, I'm working on this old generator again. Mike was going to come over and try and help me, but he was never able to get over here. So I'm working on it. I had it soaking. Put the light on here. I had this soaking, and I got a lot of comments and suggestions and stuff like that, and nothing really helped, you know. I mean, some people suggested putting a puller on there, but when you look at it in the camera here, you know, that may look like a big 4 or 5 inch bearing, but if you look at it compared to my finger, you know, where you're going to get a puller to get in behind there and pull it out. That would be ideal if you could, but I don't have one, and I don't even know where to get one, and it's probably not even worth it. But anyway, I tried heating it up. Like I said, I didn't want to do that because you got all this plastic here, and you can see it did affect it a little bit. I tried not to melt it, but that didn't do anything. You know, I had it soaking for a while and kept soaking it, but I wasn't able to get much done with it. So what I'm doing here is I'm wondering if I take these ball bearings out, you know, if they're hindering a little bit, and maybe I can get it out and destroy the bearing but save everything else. And I tried pushing this up and everything. There is a little bit of flex, ever so slight. So what I did is I took a grind. This is hardened in here, so I can't drill it. I took a grinding wheel, a little Dremel grinding wheel, and I'm grinding a little bit out there, and I think I can pop the bearings out. I tried without it, but they just weren't coming, so I think I'm almost there. This is what I'm using. Old beat up let me turn the light off. Sometimes that light helps, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Sorry about that. Now it's not focusing in. Anyway, you get the idea. It's an old beat up grinding wheel, and it seems to be getting some of it out of there. So I'm gonna grind away a little bit more, and then see if we can get them bearings out. Sorry, I forgot to warn you. Put your hearing protection on. Let's try again. Alright, looks like I got a pretty good hole there. Let's see. Alright, there you go. Oh, fell all the way down there. But at least they're coming out. Go that way. There we go. Alright. You guys are pretty far back, so I don't know how well you can hear me, but maybe we'll get some of the bearings out here. Nobody steps on them and falls. Well, look at that. Alright. Now, let me get the camera here. Hold on. Alright, that seems to be the ticket. That's just sitting on here now. Now I just got to label these wires and take it off, and then we'll look and see what's going on here. But at least now I can get a puller on there and maybe pull that off. Okay. Alright, we're making progress. Now I'll clean this off and we'll look at that, and we'll see what the deal is with this plastic plate here. Okay, this little bit is more for me than you guys, so I know how to put this back together. This here is the 220 outlet, so we're going to say on this brush here the white wire is first, and that goes to the 220 side, and then this other brush goes towards the shaft. Okay, now looks like all I have to do is unscrew these two caps and a ground, and we should be good. Okay, like I said, that was pretty much more for me than you guys. Alright, at first when you look at this, it looks like there's a lot of wiring and stuff to take apart, but actually there's only 3 wires, and they're half labeled. Like this one here has been labeled with a 1-1, so that's what we're going to call it wire 11, and this one has a 4-4 on there. So I put that on this side, 11, and this one 44, and then this wire just goes to ground. So then this whole thing will come out. But after looking at this, the little centerpiece that holds the race is pretty chewed up. It's actually falling apart. This here's metal. And this is what I said was embedded in the plastic when they molded it to hold that center. So I don't know if we can save that. So let me unhook these wires here. They're just wire nuts, and then we'll take this apart, clean that up a little, see what it looks like. Alright, here's where we're at. All this looks good and everything like that. It's this is where the brushes ride on. That's all good. The brushes were good. They're flat and everything. Like I said, the rectifier looked like it was good. Now let's go over here and look at the plate, face plate. I think what happened with this bearing is they were designed, let's see if that helps. That helps a little bit. I think the bearing was put in this piece of plastic mount and then melted in place. I don't know if you can see all this funky looking stuff on the outside. Here's a piece of felt and stuff, and here's a piece of that plastic and stuff, and there's an awful lot of it, you know. So I'm thinking that they might have taken a bearing, set it in there, and just heated it or melted it in place at the factory, or as some kind of glue, because it sort of comes right flat to the thing there. So whatever it is, I think that bearing was made to stay in there, and if it went bad, you just went and ordered or bought the whole faceplate here, you know, all in one piece. I'm just assuming that, you know. I mean, nothing's written in stone here, but I did find a problem, and let me put my glasses on so I can see at the same time you do. Alright, I stood the plate up, and I'm going to try and move in here so it stays in focus. Alright, check out this wire here. This wire here, I don't know if you can see that. I tried to clean it up. But this wire here was actually rubbing probably up against where the brush is supposed to rub, and it probably wore through there and grounded out this whole thing. So that's why it wasn't getting any electricity. And then when somebody tried to open it up to figure out what was wrong with it, that's when they busted the whole front of this thing to pieces and rendered it pretty much useless. So I don't know if I'm going to continue on. I mean, I can fix that, you know. You could fix that, put a new wire in there, and you're good to go. Matter of fact, it's a shame because I actually had these. It's a standard bearing, and we had them in stock. It's a 1.5 inch outer diameter and a 5/8 inner diameter. It would have fit right in there. So, like I said, I don't know if it's worth even pursuing this. I'm gonna let Mike see it, and he'll either tell me to throw it out, or else we can do this or do that. And then this would have fit right on the center there. So that's where we're at. If nothing else, we got a good engine. It's a 6-horse Tecumseh, and it runs good. 99.9% of the chance that it has a tapered crankshaft on there. But that's no problem. You could either machine that shaft down so it'll take a clutch or whatever, or you can just find another crankshaft. I mean, they're $5 at the shows and stuff like that. So it's not a complete loss. It's just something that we probably wouldn't want to waste our time on. So we're going to leave it at that. And if we decide to fix it, then we'll continue on and make more videos. But as it looks now, I think we're going to call this done. So that's where we're at. Alright, enough of this. Thanks for watching.